video, I'll be doing a very easy, simple, natural eyeshadow look for you guys. Something that you can wear every day on a daily basis. It's quick and easy to do. I just don't know exactly what shades I'm going to be using, but I do know I will be using this palette from NYX, and it's the Grind palette. I don't know if they still have this in stores or not, but if you don't have this palette, you can always use colors that are similar to the shades that I will be using. This is a look at the palette. So let's just see what look I can come up with using this palette. So before I do anything, of course, I'm going to go in and prime my eyes. I don't have my NYX, not NYX, my LA Pro Girl concealer. I actually picked up one, but it was the wrong shade, and I didn't notice it until I got home. So I'll be using my MAC concealer in the shade NC45. And I'm just going to let this sit down for a minute because this is really liquidy. It's kind of runny. The consistency of this is not what I really like. You really have to let this sit. Whereas my LA Pro Girl concealer, it has a more of a thick consistency. And, you know, it doesn't take too long for that to do what it needs to do. But I'm going to go ahead and blend this in. I figured today I'll do kind of a talk through with you guys regarding this look, because I know talk throughs, they can be a little bit more helpful than just doing a tutorial and not talking about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on that. Alright, so I have that down, and what I'm going to do now is go in with my translucent powder. This is a Sacha Buttercup, and I'm just going to take a flat brush, and I'm just going to apply this all over my lids before it creases, because you don't want your eyeshadow to crease. So I'm going to place this all over the lid. And you just pat it on. You don't swipe or anything. You just lightly just pat it on, but make sure that you pat it into your lid. And that way it gives you a flawless, seamless base to work with when you're about to apply your eyeshadow. So let's see what color we're going to go with today. I think I'm going to start off with probably this kind of peanut butter shade here in the middle. And I'm just going to take just in any type of fluffy brush, and I'm just going to pick that shade up. And I'm just going to apply that right in my crease area. I'm not liking this concealer. It is really moving on me. It's not doing it. I'm trying to stick with one palette, but I don't know, y'all. The way this, I don't know. But I'm just going to use the same shade and just go ahead and apply it in the crease area as well. And just kind of blend it out a little bit. You really can't see this color, and that's what I was going for, because I just want something to transition between the shades. So now I'm going to go in with a more dense brush. I'm going to go in with this Morphe M514 brush, and I'm just going to take this brown shade right here. So like I said, if you don't have this palette, you can use any shades that you do have that are similar to what I'm using. And I'm just going to pat this right here on top of that shade that I put down before. And you see, I'm just going to pat it because I want to build that color up. And just use whatever chocolate color shade that you have at home. It doesn't have to be this particular palette. And if you pat your eyeshadow on instead of just going in and just straight just doing windshield wiper motions, it gives it more intensity and more color payoff. And that's what you want. As you can see, I'm just building that brown shade up, and I'm going to continue building this shade up, and we'll be back, guys. And I'm going to just go in with this same brush. I'm just taking it and just wiping it off, the color off. And I'm going to go back into this peanut butter shade here, the one that I used earlier. And I'm going to use that shade to actually blend out the harsh lines of that brown. And you just want to go not directly on top of the brown, but a little bit above that dark brown to blend out that harsh line. And as you can see, it's slowly blending out. And just make sure you always go like on the inner corners of your eye too, to put some color there, because you just don't want it bare. Alright, we're gonna do the same thing to the other eye, and just go right on top and just blend those edges out. I wish I would have had my LA Pro concealer, because this is just, I don't really too much care for the matte concealer. Maybe I just didn't let it dry down enough, but girl, nobody have time for that. I need that shade. I needed to blend out, like I needed to go ahead and dry down. So and you'll just keep going back and forth between the eyeshadow to blend everything out. You can also take the eyeshadow right in front of your brow bone area just to diffuse some of that concealer that you laid down earlier, and to make that blend in as well. I'm going to take this shade here, and I'm going to apply that to my lid area, just using a flat eyeshadow brush. And this is my Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I'm just going to pick that shade up and just sweep it on my lid like this. And I'm just gonna sweep it towards that darker shade, but I'm not going to cover that darker shade. You just kind of want to blend it into the darker shade that you put down earlier. And you just pat it on until you get the color payoff that you're looking for. So this eyeshadow palette is pretty pigmented, but you do have to build the color up to get, you know, the intensity you're probably looking for. And so that's what I'm going to do here. I could have carved out my crease with some concealer and had this color really pop, or I could have used a white eyeshadow base to make this color pop as well. But because I want it to be really natural and I don't want to do too much, I'm not going to do that for this look. But those are options that you could use to get a really mustard color payoff with this eyeshadow. But I'm gonna go in with this shade here, and it's like a brick red color because I do want to add some warmth to my transition area. It's looking a little dull for me right now. So I'm just going to go in with a fluffy brush, and this is my Morphe 330 brush. And I'm taking just like the tiniest amount of this shade, and I'm just going to pop this right above that brown shade. I guess you could say right on top of that peanut butter shade that we laid down earlier. And this is just going to add just a little warmth. Just warm it up just a little bit because it was just looking like nothing was there. So, yeah, I don't want that. Like I said, just a little bit. Just to warm it up. Looking a little naked right there. I ain't got time for that. And don't forget to make sure you bring it in towards your eye as well. Alright, what you think? That's it. We'll stick with that. So now I'm going to go in with my liner. Okay, which one am I using? We're gonna go with the NYX matte liner, and we're just gonna make a little wing, nothing too much. I'll start with the inner corner of my eye and just do like little small strokes. And then just take it all the way across my top of my lid. And then I'll stop when I get to the end. Alright, so I'm going to use the bottom of my lid as a guide to draw the wing towards the tail end of my brow. And you use the lightest hand because you want it to look tapered off. You don't want just like a straight line. So you use the lightest hand to do that. Like, don't add a lot of pressure or anything to it. And so you see, let me just see here if I can kind of show you guys. You see this crease area right here of your eye? This is where I stop the tail end of my wing every time. To try and get it as perfect as possible, you kind of use different measurements and things like that to try and get the wings even, right? So that's where I stop mine. And then I'll just take the tail end of the wing and the liner, and I just connect it into the inner corner of my eye. Almost the inner corner of my eye, but you'll see what I'm doing. And then I just go in and just fill in the space. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this other eye, and I'll probably speed this part up. And that's it. Now I'm going to go off camera, pop my lashes on, finish my face, and then I'll come back so you guys can see the finished look. See you in a minute. Alright, so this is the finished look. Of course, I already did my eyes, and I went in and did this foundation. And I have a video on the foundation look and all that good stuff and what I used. But I just want to come back and show you guys what the finished look looks like. thank you for watching to the very end of this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the thumbs up for this video. Share it with your girlfriends, your homies, or whoever who could benefit from this video. And don't forget to subscribe. Like, subscribe to your girl's channel. It helps me. You know what I'm saying? So I cannot wait to see you guys in a future video. Mwah.